there, welcome to Calwee's lab. In this video I will be making a Launchpad that will be able to control MIDI software. The components that I'm using are the Arduino Leonardo, because it has an 80 Mega 32U4 microcontroller, which is able to send MIDI signals to a computer. Another example of an Arduino board with the same microcontroller is the Arduino Micro. For the button pad, I am using Adafruit's NeoTrellis and silicone elastomer. This gives me 16 buttons, which are backlit with RGB LEDs. To top it all off, I will use a custom 3D printed case that I printed with my Ender 3v2. You can find the STL files for my case and the code for this project on my Discord server, link in the description down below. Right, now we have the components. Let's get started on the build. The first thing I had to do is glue the button pad into the case. While trying out this project, I managed to jam the JST-PH cable into the NeoTrellis, but connecting it to the board is fairly simple. With this specific cable, I also had to solder pin headers to the ends of the wires, as they were too thin to go into the Leonardo. As you can see, the job I did on this was fairly crude, and I had to use electrical tape to kind of cover everything, as I didn't want the solder joints breaking, because they were pretty weak. Ideally, you would use a hot glue gun to stick the button pad into the case, but since I don't own one, I use this weird industrial adhesive stuff. It's very nasty and kind of gets everywhere, so I had to take necessary precautions. And then out of pure convenience, as you can see, I used Citadel paint tubs to prop up the case, so the button pads would kind of dry in the correct location and wouldn't be pushed up from underneath. After the glue was in and dry, I screwed the Leonardo onto the backplate using 10mm M3 machine screws with 3mm nuts on the end. After that was done, I plugged the NeoTrellis into the Leonardo. The VIN pin goes to the 5V power, the grounds pin goes to the ground, as you would expect, and the SDA and SCL pins go to the respective slots. I used 15mm M3 machine screws to screw the backplate onto the front of the case. It was a bit of a squeeze to get all of the wires and everything in, but it works, so honestly I don't really care about that. Right, hooray! The Launchpad is now built, so all we need to do is plug it into the computer and upload the code. First of all, you will need to install the Adafruit Seesaw and MIDI USB libraries. For the code on the project, I essentially took the basic NeoTrellis example and programmed it to send a MIDI signal when a button is pressed. Click upload and the project is done. Well, almost. The rest is up to you. To use the Launchpad, you need MIDI software. I would recommend BandLab because it runs on a web browser and is completely free to purchase. I'm not the best at piano, but I'll leave you with a quick demo. Thank you all very much for watching. If you did enjoy, please leave a like as it lets me know if my videos are good. If you want more cool projects, make sure to subscribe as I've got many more amazing projects planned. Thank you once again, goodbye!